Dang pick, killing touchdown interception was
Huh?
Dang pick.
I know. I'm mad about it. I only felt like one is really like
Yeah.
bad read, bad ball.
Good. Okay. Go ahead and start it. Go ahead and start.
You know, I'm really at a loss for words. Just proud for our guys, our men that you know were a part of that. And I think the thing that's so special about a game like that is the ability to quit in a game like that. You know, you got 18, 19 seconds left, no timeouts. You got 88 yards to go, and a lot of teams wouldn't put the ball where it needs to be, or wouldn't make the play when it mattered most, or whatever that looks like. But just these guys kept fighting, and I thought this year possibly that we have won every single way you could win a football game, whether it's comebacks, blowouts, holding on to a lead, delays, but that may have topped it all. I've never been on the good side, or necessarily even the bad side of a Hail Mary like that. And our guys, it's funny because you work on those plays. You work on them throughout camp. You work on them maybe a few times throughout the year to just refresh yourself. You work the tip drill. You work getting the ball in the end zone. Where to go, and you may never use it. You may use it once, and we've used it once, and it resulted in a touchdown. So, shout out to our defense. I mean, bottom line, other than that last drive, our defense kept us in the game. They played great football. I mean, that's a talented football team that we just played, and right here, Jarrod. And that was a great performance on their part, and really kept us engaged and in the game. But man, it's really just a loss for words winning a game like that.
I think that just how good we feel, after winning a game like that, it's just a good momentum rolling into this time of the year, like how you want to feel this type of way. So, got to go win the next one, and just a good way to win the game.
In my head, I was already mad that I dropped the dig, but it happened for a good reason. And I was just thinking,
God has a plan sometimes.
I was just thinking in my head, I have to go make a play. And then when I seen, first of all, didn't think we were going to get the ball off at first. He had so much pressure. And then I seen him throw it, and I was just trying to play the tip because I seen a big crowd, and I was just trying to play the tip, and I saw the tip, and I just went after it and then made sure I had to get in.
How much of what was going through your head was just trying to get it down there rather than placing it anywhere?
Yeah, I knew that I was gonna have to extend the play just because how long it takes for guys to run 50 yards before you can throw it. So I was trying to get out to the right where the receivers were, and it just didn't happen that way. So I went left and just heaved it and tried to give them a chance to make a play, and they did.
Unreal, and I don't know. You win a game like that, and I said this kind of the week of SEMO when we won that game, and you watch a team where their emotions are high and then they lose a game like that. It's just football's a crazy sport. Eastern Kentucky no more deserved to lose that game than we did, and that was two heavyweights in this conference going back and forth. And credit Coach Wells and his staff and his team. That's a talented bunch, and it just felt good winning a tight one against those guys because they've had the better end of that for the last couple of years. So, proud of our team, and again, it makes next week, just like Will said, it makes next week matter more. And we're kind of in a situation where it's almost like an FBS deal, like You know, you're in the SEC championship game, you're in the Big 12 championship game, and this is the UAC championship game. It kind of just works out that way. It's a final week of the season, and you know, I feel like both teams have done a lot to get in the playoffs. You know, even if one of us is going to lose, I mean, I think that's two playoff caliber teams. But the only way you assure yourself and guarantee yourself postseason play is winning next week, and that's why you come to UCA is playing games like that.
We talked about this up here a while ago. He thought the previous ball.
Probably lost.
Well, and here's the thing. I know Jarrod. Jarrod's going to go try to score from there. And so if he does do that, you know, if he went down instantly, you might could get up there and take a spike and you kick a field goal to tie it and go to overtime. But I know Jarrod. Jarrod's a playmaker. He's someone that's going to put his head down. And it's weird. It's like you said. It's weird how things work out sometimes. And, you know, what a blessing for us that it worked out that way. You know, and in the moment it's unfortunate, but proud of the way he responded the very next play.
I guess it's not totally out of the question, but this is the last time we're going to but I guess I could definitely just not believe this as the last one.
Feels very good considering everything I've been since I've been through since I've been here, and just ending like that, it means a lot to me, and I'm just glad for everybody, all the seniors, that we finally like we get to leave on a win, basically.
Is there that last drive? They scored, you kind of feel the winners come out of the way. It was field goal, they score, and the stadium was flat. Is there not this doubt, but just like a feeling, surely we can't do it again. But to see them win and then
Yeah.
knowing that that's a once in a career comeback for people. To do that again, how do you describe that?
Pinch me. I'm human. That hurt. Like, yeah, I think all of us had doubt. When you had 88 yards to go in 18 seconds with no timeouts, and you know, I think the big key in that situation is the first play, right? The big play to Trustin. He made an unbelievable catch, and had dropped one earlier, a kind of similar deal. But that was the play that, you know, once he caught that, and you had 13, 12 seconds left on the clock, you felt like, okay, you know, we're at least in a position where we can throw it to the end zone. You know, if we don't take a sack or something crazy. So. You could see our sideline get a little life on that catch. But before that, we're human as the crowd, as you are, as anybody that's watching that game. It's deflating because our defense had played so well throughout the game. And but I went over there and I told Parker McKinney after the game, I said, I've seen you do that 12 to 14 times in your career. I mean, Coach Stacks was talking about this week how when he was at Jacksonville State 2 years ago, he took them down in 25 seconds and beat Jacksonville State. Just boom, boom, boom. I mean, he's a special player, and he's got poise. You know, so I knew it was going to be difficult to stop them on that last drive. I knew they had a long way to go with no timeouts, but they've got a veteran quarterback like we do. And, you know, our veteran quarterback today was just a little bit better.
How cool is it to kind of get, you guys have all these guys, receiver and there's only one ball around, but, Trustin really has
Yeah.
involved, I guess, up until this point, we had, two catches like whatever.
I think either one of these guys sitting next to me would tell me he's the most talented kid on the team. And he is. He's a freak. And for lack of a better term, I mean, God has gifted him with some unbelievable physical gifts. You know, he's a little up and down with consistency at times, and that's what, you know, forces him not to get on the field as much, especially early on in the year. He dealt with some injuries too. But what you're seeing what he can do well. He's a matchup problem. Because you're talking 6'3.5", 6'4", 230 pounds probably, and he can fly. I mean, there was a reason why he was, you know, Jarrod was too. There's a reason why those guys were 4-star recruits coming out of high school. I mean, they were just, God gave him some talent. So we've got to continue to get Trustin involved more and more, and you're seeing what he can do.
Can you say some meetings like this, especially this year, nothing, did that factor in your head at all that give you a little more confidence maybe? Or is this not enough time to have?
There wasn't enough time to think about anything. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, you know, get a decent return, and then I see flags on the ground, and I'm like, oh man, we got no chance now. I mean, we're way back in the depth of our our end zone and all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, you think about that. Obviously, when you're preparing for someone, you look at their scouting report and what they've done in the past, and they've probably seen the same thing with us in the past. I mean, we've had so many fourth quarter comebacks and plays and games that have made this a special year that they probably thought the same thing. But I'm probably willing to bet that they weren't thinking you could do that in 18 seconds or however long it was. And that's just a testament to these guys.
How impressive is that? The defense still, that offense, that quarterback.
Oh,
There's 9 points, 3 points.
it's unreal. I mean, they played so good all night, and I don't want that to get lost in this. That the final drive was a great drive, and Parker McKinney was Parker McKinney. I mean, just give him credit where credit's due. I mean, that defense had. I mean, now we knew that's the best 2 tackles in our league, and we knew that it's hard to get to Parker McKinney. Both of those guys are going to be NFL tackles. But man, we made tackles. We kept the ball in front of us throughout the night. I mean, our goal was a lot of that stuff was, we were dropping 8. Let them throw it 5 yards. Let's go tackle them and make them go long. And we turned McKinney over twice and had a pick 6. I mean, defense manufactured to score. I mean, very, very impressive by our defense. I don't want that to get lost in this.